Hi guys, today we are talking about astrocytoma, IDH mutant. A bit of theory before. So astrocytoma, it is a diffusely infiltrating glioma. The mutation here is IDH1 and IDH2 mutation. So in the latest WHO, astrocytoma has been molecularly defined. So diffusely infiltrating glioma with mutation in IDH1, IDH2 gene. Now, it can be graded as grade 2, 3, or 4, and this depends on histology and molecular, especially to predict the behavior, that is the prognosis. Then it is most commonly seen in young adults around 30s, and the common location is the frontal lobe. And the mutation is IDH1 and IDH2, as already I have mentioned. But the most common one is IDH1 R132H is the most common mutation, which is detected by IHC. Then also the other mutations that are associated is P53 and the ATRX mutation. There is loss of ATRX on IHC. Now this is important because in oligodendroglioma, ATRX is retained. So when we'll study oligodendroglioma, we'll refer to this point again. And the TP53 mutation is strong. There is strong nuclear P53 IHC staining. There is absence of 1p19q co-deletion, which is seen in oligodendroglioma. So we'll refer to this point again when we study oligodendroglioma. Also, the tumor has a CDKN2A, CDKN2AB, A and B mutation. So the presence of CDKN2A mutation, if this is present, it directly grades the tumor to grade 4. Irrespective of the histology, whether necrosis is present or no, if the tumor is CDKN2A positive, it directly becomes grade 4. And it also expresses GFAP because it is of astrocytic lineage, and it can also be OLIG2 positive. So this was a theory about astrocytoma. So now in exams, when we study all the astrocytomas and the brain tumors, it's very difficult to remember the molecular signatures, minor points. So for that, I have drawn a comic character, which will help us remember each point. So this is a astrocytoma. Now this is a star-shaped character because astrocytes are star-shaped. Okay, so you can see that this character is having filamentous hair. So these filamentous hair are glial fibrillary acidic protein. So GFAP is an intermediate filament protein which is present in the cytoplasm of the astrocytes. So when we do GFAP immunostaining, what we are actually doing, we are highlighting the cytoskeletal fibrillary network of astrocytic cells. So when the tumor is GFAP positive, it confirms that it is of astrocytic differentiation. So GFAP will be seen in astrocytes. Now if you carefully see this astrocytoma, it is he is a corporate employee. Okay, so he is a corporate employee and he works from 9:30 to 5:30 p.m. So how to show that this character is a corporate employee? He's wearing two IDs. One ID is 130. One ID is IDH1. The other ID is IDH2. So these IDs, they represent the mutation. So when you see, so how we'll remember? It's a star-shaped cell wearing IDs. So that is astrocytoma IDH mutant, IDH1 and IDH2. So IDH1 is 132 mutation, which is the most common mutation, and IDH2 R172 mutation is also present. Okay. So now this is detected by IHC. This particular mutation is detected by IHC. So we have IHC for R132. Now if it comes negative, but you think that it is astrocytoma, then you can go for further testing. But IHC for R132H is done. Now this comic character is a young character, right? It's a corporate employee and they are usually in their 30s. So the age group is in their 30s, which is the common age group for astrocytoma. Now the character is facing the front side. It's facing you. So the front side stands for frontal lobe, which is the most common location for astrocytoma. Character is wearing perfume, as most of the corporate employees do. So perfume is called attar, and from that we are going to remember ATRX mutation. ATRX mutation is very important for astrocytoma. it is not there in oligodendroglioma. So when we study oligodendroglioma, which my comic character is already ready, we will understand why that comic character does not use a perfume and why this one uses. And so if you get a question on astrocytoma, remember ATRX mutation in this way. P53 mutation is also present. Okay, so now what happens is this comic character is working from 9:30 to 5:30. Okay, so these are the stages how the work life goes. So in the initial stage, in the initial phase, that is from 9:30 to 12:30, it's the best time for working. It's happy, well differentiated, and that is why this is grade 2. So in grade 2, it is well differentiated and happy. Now what happens as the time passes, that is from 12:30 to 3:30, the amount of work increases. The amount of work increases, and there are two complicated tasks given to it. So the astrocytoma becomes a bit angry, and that is why it was. So this is grade 3, and from angry we are going to remember anaplasia. And grade 3 was previously called as anaplastic astrocytoma. And the work that increases, that is more than 2 stars that I've shown, is nothing but the mitosis here is more than 2. Okay. Also the Ki67 index here, if we do, that is around 5 to 10%. Okay. Now by the end of the day, that is from 3:30 to 5:30, the work is exploding and the astrocytoma has lost its sanity and is tearing pages. So these torn pages here signifies necrosis, and the amount of work has increased. The files are proliferating, and this is nothing but microvascular proliferation. So the torn pages is necrosis, and the astrocytoma is annoyed, loses sanity. From sanity, we will remember CDKN2A mutation. I have already said that when CDKN2A mutation is present, irrespective of the histology, this directly becomes grade 4. Okay, and so the features of grade 4 is necrosis and microvascular proliferation, which we seen by the amount of work that has increased, and also the astrocytoma loses its sanity, that is CDKN2A mutation. Summarize, just remember in exams, astrocytoma, a star-shaped comic character with hair. So the hair is GFAP positive, and this character is wearing 2 IDs, that is it is IDH1 and IDH2 mutated, of which IDH 132 is the most common. This is a corporate employee, so he is wearing perfume, and that will help us remember the ATRX mutation. The corporate employee is of 30 years, so the common age group is 30 years here. It's facing you, so the frontal lobe is the most common location. And the corporate employee works from 9:30 to 5:30, so 5:30 is going to help you remember TP53 mutation. The astrocytoma has 3 phases, just like a corporate employee. The beginning of the day is very happy, and therefore it is well differentiated. In the middle of the day, it is a bit angry, and therefore anaplastic astrocytoma, as it was formerly called. And it will help us remember that there are more than 2 mitosis, the 2 stars here. And by the end of the day, the astrocytoma has totally lost it. So loss of sanity, that is CDKN2A mutation. The amount of work that has increased, so that is microvascular proliferation. And also the torn pages here will help you remember necrosis. Thank you.